What's up, everybody? It's Jeremy from, you know where, Weldtec Designs, right guys? Right there. Boom, there it is. Guys, I have another killer motorhome to show you. There it is, an F550. You thought you were seeing double because this is the Thor magnitude SV34, like our originals, as Chris would say, the flagship RV. Here's another one, a lot of little subtle differences. And really the reason we want to show you all of these subtle differences is that so you could plan your build and really understand the differences that you have available to you when you bring your coach to Weldtec Designs to have us build it and make it drive amazing. I also hope you guys are enjoying these vlog style videos that we're doing, really taking you behind the scenes in the day-to-day process. So if you do enjoy that, make sure you leave a comment down below. Hey, I'm going to talk about a lot of products in this whole video as well, and I want you to know that all of the products that I talk about in this video are going to be down below in the link section, more information. And I'm going to throw this out there. If you want any more information about any of these products, feel free to reach out, give us a call, send us an email, or schedule a Calendly link on our website or through the YouTube video, and we will set up a 15-minute appointment to get you guys dialed in. So guys, this is like Super C headquarters here in San Diego, and we are building nothing but the best Super C motorhomes on the, we're building the best ones, the coolest ones. And you know what's the best part about it? It's not ridiculously expensive like some of the other people. We're saving you money and giving you really, really good parts. So let's talk about this, which is funny. So this is the only part where you may be seeing deja vu, is this is actually the bumper off of Chris's motorhome, because Chris decided, like he's Chris, and said, hey, I think I want something different. I want to make it wider and he wants 4 lights now on the front of it. He wants bigger lights. So Carl was like, hey, give me a deal on your bumper and I'll buy your bumper. So there it is. Carl took Chris's bumper. So this is our tube winch bumper. Lots of different options kind of that we're giving you, depending on what lighting you want on this, lighting options. It's gonna tuck in that winch really nice, all behind there. You can still access the winch through up in the front so that you can free spool your winch as well. That's really nice. Giving you that nice skid plate, lots of clearances, and is why we want a ton of clearances. We want to see the double king steering stabilizers tucked underneath there. Look how sexy that is. So dual king steering stabilizers, lots of blue going on. This coach has a lot of blue on it. Now, we're going to talk about what we've done on the suspension aspect of it. So sway bar drop brackets, dropping the pan hard bar, pitman arm, coil springs spacer, and then we're running that 2.5 remote reservoir or piggyback style reservoir on the front of this. What's really nice about this shock is it is adjustable, so you can control your compression on it. You have 20 clicks of adjustment on that knob. Just boom, 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 make it stiffer if that's what you would like. Another really nice feature about these shocks is they are 100% rebuildable and tunable to your specific driving style. So a ton of stuff, longer radius arm drop bracket as well, correcting your caster, giving you a nice amount of caster to help you go straight down the highway. Now, let's talk about wheel and tire, because that's one of the biggest questions I would say that I get. And now let me help you understand the differences in the 550 and 600. And one of those differences is going to be the width of your wheel. An F550 is going to come with a 6-inch wide wheel on a 19.5 diameter rim, which allows you to run a larger tire. So we're running these Toyo 655 tires. This tire is really nice. If you're gonna stay with the 19.5, we've even run up to a 265 tire on there like we did in Rich and Nikki, which is equivalent to like a 35-inch tire. So lots of tire options. Now, what Carl decided to do is he went to a wider wheel. So now this is a 6 3/4 wide wheel, and that is what comes on the F600. So the F600 gives you a little bit wider wheel, which is going to be really nice. So 655, 245, 70, 19.5 tire, giving you that nice aggressive tread on there, which is going to be great in the sand also if you were to air down. So a lot of wheel and tire differences that we are running on these motorhomes. This is actually an aftermarket wheel that he did. He actually supplied us with the wheels and tires. He found a killer deal on them, and hey, I'm like, more power to you. Send them to us and you know, we will install them. All right, so if you decide to go the route that Carl did, I want to help you out right here. The 19.5 wheel barely clears your brake caliper because the brakes on these are so giant. Do not let them put external weights on your rim. They will hit the caliper on there, and then we had to actually put bags, balance bead bags in the wheels as well in order to balance these out. So if you're gonna do wheels and tires, don't let them put wheel weights. You have like very little clearance on your front and rear calipers. So just letting you guys know about this little thing. Now, before we get into the rear suspension of this, I do want to talk about something really cool on the passenger side. So we're going to take you over into the shaded side to show you this. So Carl's a big dude if you haven't seen Carl, but here's the thing, on a lot of these motorhomes, I want you guys to be totally aware of this. So I'm seeing more and more of these omnitudes or magnitudes and omnis where this door sill, and you can actually see when you come and look in here, that this whole seal is completely bowed right here. And when I shut the door even more, you'll see that this is bowed down. I mean, look at the difference from here to the center and going across there. So just the weight of getting in and out of this coach over time has bent that seal. So what we did, again, here's a new product. We make a door support bracket now that goes up in there. It's going to support the door frame, screws into the side of the coach to give it more support as you go in and out of your coach. And that is a big deal because also with this particular coach, we went to a double quickie step on here to make getting in and out of this coach a lot nicer. So a couple things going on here. First, that support bracket. I'll put links down below so that you guys can see it. I even think I might even have done a video of me installing it to just show you what's involved. But still, you can see, actually, I got a tape measure here. Oh, let's talk measurements, guys, too. I know you want to know that. But with this 5-inch kit, running a 245 tire with a double quickie step, we're still at about 12.5 inches of clearance underneath there. So measurements, a lot of you want to know, like, how high does this sit? Where is it going to sit? So even let's look at this from the ground to the, about to the top of your platform, you're 21.25 inches. I think that some of this is important. You want to know, you don't want to go too big on your tire size or on the lift because you still want to be able to get in and out of it. So you can see on here from the, actually we're going to go off this measurement here. So from the ground to the center of the wheel well stock, we were at 37.5 inches, and now we're at like 42.5 inches on our height here. So you can see that how much it has gone up, 42 1/8 to be specific. So we're five and little under 5 3/16 of an inch as far as the height goes. And granted, we're a little bit of an angle, but I just wanted to be able to give you guys some rough numbers. So another thing that we are doing on these coaches in our way of making things better, Carl already had this big chrome tip on here. The tip used to come out all the way in the back of it. If you look at the coach overall, you could tell that the exhaust was rubbing the floor of it as well as rubbing the leaf spring before we even started putting in our suspension. With the rear suspension, that rear spring has so much arch in the spring to give you the height, because keep in mind, Your coach comes factory with a 2 to 2.5 inch block in the rear of it. So we eliminate that 2.5 inch block. On the Recon kit, we put in a giant arched progressive spring back there. And with that arch, it's even closer to the exhaust. So that's our goal. We actually take the exhaust, reroute it. We brought it specifically up front, put it between the two compartments on here as well. And you know, we can stick this as far out or in as you want, but really, and it didn't increase the sound of the exhaust either. I think that that's something that's really important. It's not that we're trying to make the coach longer. I mean, it's still, you know, 15 feet, 12 feet behind, you know, where you're sitting. So no notice to the coach getting louder when it comes to moving that exhaust forward. It's just getting more clearance, more articulation without things rubbing and potentially making noise or causing damage. That's our goal. So let's talk about rear suspension on this. So we're working on making our own fender flares. I don't love these fender flares, and why I don't love them is I call them horseshoe fender flares. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but if you're gonna notice, it's kind of like a horseshoe. It kind of dives in on both sides like a horseshoe does. And if you saw the Forest River, that had some really cool fender flares I did on it, cut open the wheel wells. But you can see even with this size tire on here, without cutting anything, the tire fits in here really well. I'm gonna still come and trim this, but I wanna show you guys, if you were to run this size tire without doing any trimming, what would it look like and what would it measure? You can see the giant springs in there. No more secondary overload spring. All the weight carrying capacity is in the main springs. We have our King 2.5 remote reservoir shocks. And the reason we do these as a remote reservoir is I can reach into that reservoir right there and simply adjust the shock as necessary depending on how I want the coach to handle. One of the big things on these coaches is you have your giant leveling jacks. They've lowered these leveling jacks way down in order to be able to reach the ground. With that being said, when you lower the jacks and it's on the ground, the coach still does move quite a bit because of the extension and where these are mounted. So what we did on this is our new leveling jack brace system, and we do it in two different ways. All of this is gonna bolt on using 1/2 inch hardware, 2x2 square tubing going across. And if you really want to make it strong, we even have the diagonal brace in there. What's really nice about this is all adjustable as well. So depending on your coach, if things have gotten twisted or tweaked, this should pretty much fit any model coach. We did not do it on this, and you may have seen it on some of the other motorhomes where we are doing a drop hitch on here. You can see that he already has this giant bulletproof hitch that's gonna lower down significantly to tow his trailer. And knowing that he was gonna do this lift, which was pretty cool, I look forward to seeing it, he actually lifted his trailer as well so that it would be more even to the height of the coach. But we do a hitch drop bracket if you want to run something like that. It also gives you the ability to add our rear bumper. So if you want to add either storage or a spare, full-size spare to the back of it, you're able to do that. Let's talk one other thing as we walk around to the back of this. We're going to see that we are at 35 5/8. Now we are at 42. So we got just over 6 inches, 6 3/8 of lift in the back of this. So we're getting about an inch and a half more height out of the rear. The reason we're doing that as well is to help you with towing capacity overall, because if you have a big coach like this, most likely you want to be able to tow. A ton of information in this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, really trying to teach you. I'm sure that there is still a ton of stuff that I don't know. And if I missed something, please leave a comment down below. I would love to learn more about these coaches and some of the specifics that differentiate the 550 to the 600 platform. This is it. This is the Recon XL kit by Weldtec Designs. This is running the 2.5 King shocks. This thing is a beast, and more importantly than anything, it's got the ground clearance that a 4x4 coach should have. But really, dude, it drives nice. Like, I'm telling you, come down, go for a test drive. You will love it, and that will be an easy decision. I'm pretty much sure everybody that's gone for a ride in this, I'm pretty much batting like 100%. I got a good batting average on this, you know? High five. And guys, if I've done your coach already, please comment below. Let the other people that are maybe on the fence, let them know how much, you know, you love it and what your favorite thing is about it. I genuinely would appreciate that. And I'm having a lot of fun developing new products for this coach, and I hope you guys are too. That's all I got. I'm done. I got another one to show you. I got the Accolade XL 35 Accolade XT 35L. Thing is amazing. Beast mode, 37-inch tires on 22-inch DDC wheels. You want to see it? I know you do. It's coming for you.